Namaskar, green morning to everybody. I represent the green vertical of SIDBI, so we live the green mandate. So I was, thanks to Dr. Arun, he was presenting about money being the second to market, which was very good. Otherwise, everybody says money is not available. So good research outcome. We have been also telling that money is number two and market is more important. The transitioning, which we are calling about just transition, the market transitioning strategy also requires how do we hook up these enterprises, local, regional, national, global. So the transition has to be just for market side. And when it comes to money, I feel more than money, it's the honey which is required. Honey is, it's like a top up. Basically, nobody is looking at money alone. It's a credit. Like SIDBI, we say we don't finance. We provide credit plus because the credit comes with mentoring, hand-holding, and that is what is required more to make an entity bankable. The moment an entity is bankable, there would be so many banks looking around that entity to support, and that is more crucial. So I find that enablers in ecosystem are more important to be woven right. Right mentors pool should be created. We are working on it. So that is quite crucial and important. As far as this good topic is there, I was just noting down that the next level is, it's not the collateral which is going to be a hindrance. I think reputational collateral would be a jack up, which is we have been talking on this, that people walk in with their rating, say done for them, and use it as a collateral rather than a physical collateral. I think this is changing also some way. The next story would be written by more by Bharat and bottom up. While globally you see a lot of corporates moving to ESG side, we have, along with some of the think tanks, started working on bottom-up story. One of our partners is DNB also, where we feel that unless we kindle the bottom and move them up, the story would not be what we feel it should be written. A lot of techies, data analytics, and agripreneurs, because we should be really looking at how we create an alternate source for agriculturists or farmers. And then agri-processing would be a key transition which we would be working. SIDBI has identified greening the enterprise ecosystem and aligning it to the national Panchamrit resolution, which is that the country will go carbon neutral and energy independent. So accordingly, we are trying to weave a story or the strategy around that. What we have done is, as Panch Tattva is the enabler for any survival, we have adopted 5 missions. The first mission is Mission Solar, where we are enabling MSMEs to adopt and go for solar rooftops, so that the transition to renewable energy starts happening. We started this mission last year with Mission 1000 solar rooftop. Now we are working on Mission 2500 solar rooftops. And a lot of capacity building of value chain, including the supply side, means banking side, as also the demand side we are working. The second which we have adopted is the electrical vehicle. You see the country has adopted a mission 30 for EVs, which is by 2030, 30% of the vehicles should turn EV way. And presently 30 crore vehicles are registered, and you see it's a huge market. So SIDBI has launched a scheme which is 50K EV for eco. Means we are starting with 50,000 EVs ecosystem to be enabled. for which like we have brought in few schemes where we will channelize funds through NBFCs, as also directly lend to aggregators and charging stations and the entire value chain. This would be followed by a big program which we have already strategized after discussing with 1,000 stakeholders across the country. So that would be funded by multilaterals. So we have already worked out that program. The third, which is important, is the MSMEs reside in clusters, and then clusters, there are almost 1,000 clusters which we have zeroed in are energy inefficient, and we need to really work on energy efficiency being instilled there. So SIDBI has earmarked a program which we call 2K means 2,000 crore we have earmarked for energy efficiency program being handled. Fourth mission is waste to environment taste. So we are working intensively on the circular economy. We have a risk sharing facility also launched with the help of GIZ. The idea is to stand as a risk mitigant for any lending which happens in this domain. So already the idea is we want that this mission we call as waste to environment taste. And we would be working, we would look forward to people in this space. And the last mission which we have adopted for a focused attention is nurture the nature. And the T of D is technology. And we have already a stack of around 1,000 technologies which are energy efficient, clean, green. And we are working to validate and refresh that pool so that we work on these. So the next era as business for tomorrow is going to be led by green MSMEs. And that is the thrust area which we would like to work on. As far as justified transition, like just transition is being talked about, I call it justified transition, which is more important. And there we are working on how do you enable microfinance to move to the next level of micro enterprise, startups stepping up and mainstreaming as MSMEs, or Stand Up India, like you have seen, there is a program Stand Up India, which is a national mission, where women and SC/ST entrepreneurs have been funded for greenfield enterprises. They would be moving up the value chain, and so that would be the next level which works out. We have started a Project GRID program, which is Green Inclusivity, and where we are adopting artisanal clusters and then enabling them to adopt and go green. So I will give one example. We are working in Moradabad where these brass clusters is there, and artisans are basically working on coal-fired furnaces. SIDBI has deployed a pool of ESCOs in the cluster, and we are enabling at our own cost transition of at least 100 enterprises to move from coal-fired to gas-fired. Already 35, 40 we have done. The next level would be these ESCOs which we have placed in these clusters and the cost we are bearing. Once they find the market, there are 5,000 enterprises in Moradabad itself. They would be funded by us, and backup support through risk sharing facility would be provided. So that is the next weaving of the strategy which we are planning from our side. The digitization is going to be the key enabler, and SIDBI has been piloting end-to-end digitization internally. As also you have seen PSB loans in 59 minutes. The idea was you should really log in and find out how it works. Few lakh enterprises have already benefited from there. It is one of the largest fintech platform globally today. So there we brought this issue that those who are filing GST returns, income tax returns and bank statement, means they are better governed entities, they should get better access. So the future would be like this only. And one addition which we are working out, and along with our partners including DNB, is how do you embed the ESG, the environment and social governance, into this, and then make this governance plus. So I think I don't have much time maybe allotted to me, but the last the initiative which we have done with DNB is SPECS is the index which we have launched together, which is Sustainability Perception Index. Basically, we are gauging in clusters what is the orientation and preparedness to go green. And if we find that there is an orientation and it needs a pat-up or backup support, SIDBI would work out itself or through partner institutions and try to attend to that. So this index is coming now regularly, and we find that, so in a particular cluster, if we find that there are foundry units looking for investments, we can accordingly customize or strategize intervention out there. So as a DFI, SIDBI, we always say we have D first, which is in our genes, which is development first. And we would continue to work to convert how to wow. And that is what we can offer, and all the best.